Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Extreme Vlogs, everyone. If you're new to the channel, have no fear because John Woods is here and I'm ready to direct you all from being amateur wrestling fans into becoming professional wrestling fans just like that. This right here is going to be a new type of video that I actually am going to bring forth to you right now. I want to come up with different type of wrestling content, not the same old shit time and time again, because that gets boring. I want stuff that's going to be more complexitive, stuff that makes my viewers happy and make my entertainment quality go up and up and up and up. So I'm going to do like a professional wrestling news. The stuff that's happening in professional wrestling that is newsworthy. And this week we have a lot of stuff to talk about. And it's all over the world of professional wrestling. It's not just in the WWE. It's not just in TNA. It's not just in Lucha Underground or New Japan Pro Wrestling or in Ring of Honor or any of these companies. Each and every week I will bring to you the key moments and the key news articles that come from the world of professional wrestling. Let us get started with one of the key news-related things that has happened this week, which is the teaser between Sasha Banks and Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon was yelling, like she usually does, frantically over something stupid, like she usually does, and she got right in Sasha Banks' face. She tried to make this personal right away by screaming, by yelling, by making the young and very talented ladies of Bayley and Sasha Banks feel scared, feel like they were pressed against the wall with nowhere to go. Bayley didn't really react too much, but Sasha Banks looked like she wanted to whip Stephanie McMahon's ass. She looked like she wanted to destroy her and her spirits and leave her in a pool of blood. This is not the time of the month. This is the other time of the month where we see a physical encounter develop at WrestleMania. Could I see these two ladies duking it out at WrestleMania? Most certainly I could, but the WWE, they have done teasers like this in the past where they throw something out like this for the viewers to be like, oh my, look at this. Look at this very impressive situation that we have here. We have two very talented ladies having a moment backstage, a moment in the ring, a moment somewhere in the wrestling world landscape. And it comes out that nothing happens. But in this case, I actually want Sasha Banks to face Stephanie McMahon. The reason why is because you have Stephanie McMahon who is hated by a lot of fans. I can't stand the bitch because she gets on my TV screen and she takes a majority of the time that should be donated and set aside for the young individuals, the young professional wrestlers like Neville, like Rich Swann, like Braun Strowman, and so many other talented young individuals instead of her old bitchy ass that keeps getting on my TV screen, because I personally have never thought she was entertaining. I never thought that she was humorous. I never thought that she was the it factor of professional wrestling. I always thought that she was, oh, she's just there. She's just there. Very there because I can't stand her, whatever. Okay. Now, what I can say though, it would have the boss taking on the boss. The real deal boss, Sasha Banks, taking on the real deal boss of WWE, creative like advisor, whatever, and Stephanie McMahon. It'd be a star-studded, spangled match to get Sasha Banks over more. But if they want to do this Bayley versus Sasha Banks type thing, I do not think that this is the best way to go, because if you're going to build her, Sasha Banks, up as a person that needs to be booed and wants to be, you know, a villain and wants to be this person who can destroy and conquer a friend by stabbing her in the back, right in the spinal cord, and ripping out her spine within a matter of seconds, within a matter of moments, then you do not want her to face Stephanie McMahon at WrestleMania, because that will halt that. Because Stephanie McMahon is the biggest heel in professional wrestling of the women. Because most wrestling fans do not like her. Most wrestling fans can't stand her. Most wrestling fans do not enjoy her presence whatsoever. So do I think this can happen? Yes. Should it happen? Under the right circumstances. So moving on to the next factor. And to you viewers, and I appreciate the 2 viewers that are watching, Moss Family Adventures, welcome to the telecast. Welcome to my adventures, wrestling adventures. Thank you for joining us. I am not going to talk about New Japan. I'm not going to talk about the Kenny Omega situation just yet. I'm going to save that to the end of the video. Probably the very end of the video. So if you want to skip to the end of the video, make my day. Make my day. But I'm just going to go briefly over that. I'm going to mark things out because I got a little bit to talk about. Okay, so let's mark off. Number 1, Stephanie versus. All right. Just going to put this to the side. All right. So, key point number 2, or newsworthy event number 2, has to go to UFC superstar Mark Hunt is currently suing the UFC and Brock Lesnar for damages sustained during and after the huge fight with Brock Lesnar that happened, you know, a few UFC events ago. I'm not a huge UFC fan, but I know some of the main fighters, some of the main drama that happens and sustains within that actual event itself. Me, myself, and I believe that this altercation, this fight between Mark Hunt and Brock Lesnar was a vicious, malicious fight that could have been any-sided. It could have went any way, and these 2 individuals really duped it. Until we found out later that Brock Lesnar was steroid up. He was on roids. And that gave him the extra leverage. It gave him the extra advantage, and he went out there and he destroyed, he conquered, he maliciously and deliciously conquered another beast in Mark Hunt. Now, when this news came out, Mark Hunt told the UFC that he did not want to fight any more fights. And then right after he told them that, he said that he may take legal action against not only Brock Lesnar, but also the actual company of UFC. So now it comes to this point where he's actually suing both parties for this distress against him. I think this is good. I think Mark Hunt needs this victory. I think, you know, this is the biggest victory that he's going to have in his whole entire career, correct? So I think, you know, him getting this opportunity to try to reclaim what he lost, try to reclaim what he was misled in, because he fought a guy who was on steroids. Therefore, it's, you know, a situation where he is between a rock and a hard place. But I think if there's enough proof and evidence to prove that Brock Lesnar was taking those steroids around the same time that the fight happened, then Mark Hunt has a good chance on picking up a huge victory in this case and walking out with a lot of money. Because he's upset that Brock Lesnar got paid more money than him, and he also got suspended for drugs by the USADA or something like that. And then on top of that, Brock Lesnar got paid more money and everything, and Mark Hunt got paid a lot less. So it's like this. Brock Lesnar, Mark Hunt. Not too fair. So I say that Mark Hunt, go for it. Wish you the best. But, I mean, you're probably going to win. So let's mark that out. Moving on, let's talk about TNA Impact Wrestling. The company who's been bought several times, sold several times, has had creative writers succeed and fell, and they've all done it within the span of 10 years, 10 plus years, right? Tons of things have happened positively for this company. Tons of things have happened negatively for this company. Tons of things have happened that has changed the face of professional wrestling in a small little proportional piece of that puzzle. There has been a news article now come out that Jim Cornette was interviewed by somebody. I don't know. That's not important. But Jim Cornette was interviewed by somebody during his tenure in TNA Impact Wrestling. And he stated that big sexy Kevin Nash slept his way to the top in TNA. And he slept with the boss. Kevin Nash slept with Dixie Carter. So that's why during his last real run in the company, he was global champion, team champion. He almost became the world heavyweight champion at a time. This was happening because he was Dixie Carter was having an affair with Kevin Nash. This is all speculation because who knows, Jim Cornette sort of sometimes speaks out of his ass sometimes and makes up stuff just to make himself look good for the publicity and during the stunts and all this crazy maneuvers and sideshow stuff that he does. But do I actually believe with all my heart that Kevin Nash would do something like this? Yes. Kevin Nash is known as Big Sexy for multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons is because he likes to hit on women. He likes to get involved in relationships that have nothing to do with him. And then he likes to sleep with women to just get himself ahead. That's what he did in WCW too. Except he wasn't sleeping with women, he was probably sleeping with men. Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, all these good guys right here. So I mean, I think it's funny, but I don't think it's good for TNA. There's something something like this coming out of the sewer that Kevin Nash slept his way to the top of TNA. It's pretty funny, I guess. But whatever. It's not like I slept my way to TNA's top. Or what? Maybe I did. Oh, shit. All right, so, man, this is getting fun. This is getting really freaking fun. So anyways, thank you guys for viewing this video. I really appreciate it. So since we're speaking of TNA Impact Wrestling, let's talk about Impact Wrestling's newest superstars. Aaron Rex and Rockstar Spud have been redesigned, rebooted as this new group, this new team, this new shithole, this shitfest of hate that every fan in the world is just destroying and raveling up into a little ball of shit, about to throw it at the company TNA. Rockstar Spud is dressed literally, he's dressed up like a guy who gets people's luggage and carries it around. A little luggage carrier, a little leprechaun man. He's wearing a blue suit, and it's all blue. I mean, he looks like one of those little monkeys that was on the guy's shoulder that would make little tricks and, make the people happy and do little tricks and, type of dealio. And then, yeah. But then you got Aaron Rex, right? You got Aaron Rex, the guy wearing the big fluffy blanket, this big fluffy coat, jacket, whatever the hell you want to call it. And he's flamboyant. I don't have a problem with flamboyant people, but people understand that you don't go from being, hi, my name's Aaron Rex, to, hi, my name is Aaron Rex. What the hell happened to you? What kind of drugs have you been smoking? You do not go from being manly to being flamboyant just like that. That's not just a fact of life. What the hell? I mean, TNA, you have a superstar here, Aaron Rex. You have a superstar in the mix, in Aaron Rex. You have a guy who could be the future world heavyweight champion in Aaron Rex. You have a guy that is the old Damian Sandow, a very entertaining, unpredictable, young talented son of a bitch. But you're making him into a complete and utter joke, worse than what the WWE actually did with him being the stunt double. And you said that you had big plans for this guy? I don't understand. I don't think that you understand what big plans are. Big plans is coming into the company and winning a world championship. Big plans is prolonging his success in the company and doing things with other people that he's never worked with. Big plans is going and working with superstars in different ways, inventive ways. This is not inventive. This reminds when EC3 and Rockstar Spud were partners. I could see the heel turning coming when EC3 turned on Rockstar Spud. I could see it a mile coming. And I could see this coming. Aaron Rex is going to turn on Rockstar Spud, and Rockstar Spud's going to be in the same situation he was 2 years ago, and then he's going to become X Division champion 2 more times, and blah, 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 blah. This is stupid. Misuse of talent. I do not agree with it. I do agree with some other procedures that they are currently doing in the company, such as Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards. Fantastic feud. Love it. Keep up the great ideas. But this idea with Aaron Rex becoming a flamboyant, fluffy blanket wearing fuck is not working. It's not. Let's cut it out, okay? This is not working. It's not good. It's not good for business. Make him what he was in WWE, except cut the music, give him brand new music, give him brand new character, and make him into something unpredictable and something that is entertainment redefined. Because, quite frankly, that is what he is. He's not this flamboyant guy. Yeah, okay. I think that's good enough. Let's talk about Damian Handel. All right. What up, EB? Is that a Pikachu shirt behind you? That is a Pikachu shirt behind me, TJ Rolls. That is a Pikachu shirt behind me. This right here is a Pikachu shirt. I am not wearing it. It is to make my videos look good. And have no fear, because John Woods is here, and I am a Ninja Turtle fan as well. So we have Ninja Turtles rocking. We have Pikachu as well. We have the Pikachu man walking in the background, and we have it all night long. So anyways. Yeah, anyways. So let's talk about the King of the Ring pay-per-view. The King of the Ring pay-per-view was a very popular pay-per-view during, I believe it was, well, the pay-per-view actually was from 92, I believe, to all the way up to 2002 with a few interruptions here and there. Let's see here. TJ Rules, I do not feel bad about that whatsoever, having a Pikachu shirt. Here's the thing. I enjoy anime. I enjoy the Ninja Turtles. I enjoy Dragon Ball Z. I enjoy these things, right? Jurassic Park. I enjoy collecting figures. I enjoy these things, right? So since I enjoy them, I'm not going to be ashamed of them. Now, if I was masturbating like 14,000 times a day and I became very sore very quickly, I'd be very, very upset and very embarrassed. Anyways, I'll zip the jacket back up. Keep my chest protected a little bit. All right. So anyways, I was talking about King of the Ring. So King of the Ring pay-per-view was a very popular event, but the truth has finally came out. Vince McMahon finally reveals why the King of the Ring pay-per-view was dropped. Why the pay-per-view has not been revamped. Why the pay-per-view has not been brought back. And that key reason is due to the fact that the pay-per-view was just not that popular. Years later, we look back on this and we're like, we want King of the Ring. We crave King of the Ring. We want it. We desire it. We are about King of the Ring. We like seeing tournaments, right? WWE understands that we like tournaments, so they're giving us a Cruiserweight Classic. They are giving us this UK Championship tournament, right? They're giving us different tournaments, and there's probably going to be multiple new and improved tournaments in the near future. I'm very happy and excited for that. But the King of the Ring tournament wasn't a redefining moment in the company's history. The actual pay-per-views were some of the lowest pay-per-views that the WWE has ever experienced, and that's including all their pay-per-views from the years 1990 all the way up to, I guess, recently, 2016's December pay-per-view. So, and some of the pay-per-views that they did drop, they probably shouldn't have, like Unforgiven, No Mercy, and some of the others, but they became more of a PG-oriented family kind of show, which some people may argue that became more less entertaining and more constructively boring. But that's all opinion. We're not going to have a discussion about that today. But basically, the pay-per-view was canceled due to it not being popular enough with the overall mass, because people wanted to watch WrestleMania, people wanted to watch the Royal Rumble, people wanted to watch this event and that event, but they did not necessarily want to be captivated by King of the Ring until years later after the event was gone after the year 2002. We did, however, have plug this back in. We did, however, have the event come back occasionally, and it made tremendous strides to improve the business and everything. But it's not. I mean, it's not the same as having the event an actual pay-per-view. Just having it on SmackDown, like when Booker T became King of the Ring, King Baga, or no, not exactly the same thing at all. And plus, we would just select random people in the tournament instead of just having people qualified and people, all this good stuff. So, moving on. So, people have speculated now for a few weeks now that Mick Foley is his time as general manager is coming to an end very, very quickly. Mick Foley has been, this is his second tenure actually as general manager. Most people have skipped over the first tenure, but when he was the assistant co-general manager with Eric Bischoff back in 2003, I believe. It's right after Stone Cold Steve Austin left the company. And Stone Cold, it was after the time that Stone Cold Steve Austin was also co-general manager. So we go to this time nowadays that Mick Foley he's an all-right general manager. He really hasn't done anything that's captivating and that leaves me in awe and suspense, but I am an individual that enjoys Mick Foley being on the programming, but I like something different. I enjoy change, and I enjoy a little bit more of a hardcore type of entertainment, I guess. Not like hardcore wrestling or Extreme Rules wrestling or anything like that, but something that's different and leaves me on my toes and suspense, that where I'm like always guessing what's going to happen next instead of being like, oh, I can see where this is going, or I can picture the future. Mick Foley is going to leave and such is going to replace him. So the speculation really gathered really hard this past week when Stephanie McMahon interviewed Mick Foley about how well he's done as the current general manager. And it really didn't turn out that well for Mick Foley. He actually was about to fail until The Undertaker, made his presence well known. And so she was about to fire him. Undertaker made his presence known, and so who knows how that's going to turn out, but I think eventually she will fire him because he, in real life, has to get hip surgery. And so he's going to be out for who knows how long, probably up to 6 months, or so. I would just write him off TV, give him some time at home with his family, with his loved ones, And so who should be the person to replace him as general manager? Well, him and Lana had a discussion online, and Lana was actually trying to captivate to him that she should be his assistant general manager, which I think is a fantastic idea. But since Mick Foley is going to be leaving and going get hip surgery, I believe the best thing and best code of action is to have Lana become the new general manager of SmackDown. Oh, not a SmackDown. Of Monday Night Raw. SmackDown general manager is Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. We can talk about him next week, maybe. So, anyways, so I would see Lana becoming the general manager of Monday Night Raw, and I would see when she becomes the general manager of Raw, I want Rusev automatically to win back the United States Championship. No questions, no ands, no F, buts, bouts, or anything like that. I want him to win it. I want him to hold it, and I want her to favor him or over everyone else. Okay, and eventually that's why she gets released as the general manager. Loses her powers because of that. But I want that to be a key focal point. And I don't want her to just, favor him all the time, then get fired the next week. I want it to be a slow storyline. Maybe she can be general manager for like 4 months or something. Because keeping the audience guessing is always something to do instead of having different things that are annoying or stupid or complex in a low budgeted way. We need stuff that's entertaining and that keeps us on our toes. So I'd have Lana be the new general manager right after Foley. We're almost finished here. I have two more news reports to talk about. First is Chris Jericho's common courtesy, common respect for just people in general, helping out Drax Shadow, and the young boy who passed away, paying for his funeral, also helping out with the former wrestler in Well and Done who passed away, helping pay for his funeral as well. And also, lastly, helping Perry Saturn, and donating $5,000 to him. Fantastic young man in Chris Jericho, even though he's a lot older than I am, but a fantastic individual with a heart of gold and a person who will give anything to help people out. And I think that right there, that sells T-shirts, but more importantly, the gift of Jericho is, it is a catchphrase. It is something that they put on T-shirts. It is something that they have done to build up his stock in the company once again. But I think, it goes beyond the wrestling ring. It goes beyond, what he does behind the ropes and within the squared circle and everything, and within the professional wrestling realm. It goes to tell us what kind of person he actually is. And I think that's fantastic. We need more people like that in the world. Perry Saturn is not the brightest bulb in the pack of, in the restaurant, I guess you can say. But Perry Saturn is a human being, and Perry Saturn still deserves the same respect that anybody in the world deserves, due to the fact that he lives, he breathes, and that's a good enough reason for me to just respect the guy. I know people, are like, oh, he was a drug addict, or he, did this, or he did this. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters right now is that we, the only ways to become stronger are to support each other, and to do it effectively in a well-respected and honorable way. And if you just degrade people and talk shit about people all the time, it's eventually going to come back and haunt you. It's going to bite your ass really hard. Venomous blood's going to pour out of your ass. It's not a nice sight. It's nasty. Anywho, the last article I want to talk about is Kenny Omega in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kenny Omega lost to Okada in a fantastic 6-star match by David Meltzer. David Meltzer gave that a 6 out of 5 stars because the quality and the performance levels in that match were so high and so accorded that people are astounded still to this day about the movement and the change of movements that these two individuals inflicted on each other to go through the match. I love the match. The match is exciting. It was exciting. It made me continuously guess what was going to happen next. And it made me think over and over again, who is the best choice to become IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Who's the best selection to go over in this match? Who's the best selection to not go over in this match? And I kept coming up with a tie because both these guys are just so incredible. They're well gifted. They're well scripted athletes that are just well diverse in all styles. Now, Kenny Omega lost to Okada in that fantastic 6-star match, right? Then he made some, crazy tweets, and now the world's talking. Even John Cena's tweets have been a well-developed ideal of speculation on where Kenny Omega may be going. Now, some research that I've done is Kenny Omega is actually, his contract from New Japan Pro Wrestling actually expires in February. Not next February, not 3 Februarys from now, but this February, right in the middle of the match. And he's taking a break from New Japan Pro Wrestling, but he is not alone. The Bullet Club is also taking a break from the company, which is also very high speculation that something else bigger might be happening. And I think it's actually a thing. I don't think because one quote that Kenny Omega made when, an interviewer asked him, "Are you going to the WWE? Are you going to the WWE?" Kenny Omega's reaction was, let me tell you this. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship means more to me than any championship that is in the WWE. It means more to me than any prize that the WWE currently has. It means more to me than anything that the WWE has to offer to me. So you know what that tells me? Fooling everyone. He's making everyone so damn gullible that they fall over in their chairs when they watch that promo, when they watch that interview, or he's actually telling the damn truth. And me personally, I want to believe that this guy is telling the truth. I want to believe that he's an honest, noble man that's going to stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling for a few more years, probably for 2 more years, and build his legacy up there, and then he will come to WWE after he wins the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I do not think that he's going to come any sooner. Now, why is he taking a break from that company? I think it makes sense storyline-wise to have him take a break and have Suzuki Gun get the opportunity at some of the championships, because you want to sort of switch up who is getting opportunities, who is getting these chances in these big revolutional type fights, right? So, and plus he's not just taking a break, from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's taking a break from Japan in general. So he gets to see his family, his sons, and everything. And plus he gets to work some Ring of Honor television shows, as well as other cool independent wrestling shows as well. So he's trying to get more developed in those types of wrestling events instead of being boring and doing the same style over and over. Because, like I said before, if wrestling fans just keep cheering for you due to the fact that you keep doing the same thing in and out day after day, then where's the success in that? Where's the achievement in that? Okay. If you go out there and you do something different and fans are like, oh, what the hell? Like, he went out there and he put on that 6-star match with Okada, and most people think that was possible. Most people didn't think that he could go out there and he could put on the 6-star match with him, but it happened. And why? It's because Kenny Omega is literally one of the best wrestlers now. He's one of the best professional wrestlers currently going today. He's just as good as the phenomenal AJ Styles. He's just as good as The Undertaker. He's just as good as Bret Hart. Bret Hart can't wrestle right now, but when Bret Hart was in his prime, he's just as good as some of the best guys right now. Okay, so, I mean, with all kidding aside, I can't wait till Kenny Omega comes to WWE, but I don't think it's going to be right now. I don't think it's going to be this year at all. And if it is, I see him versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. So those are the pro wrestling news reports of the week. I'm going to try to switch it up every week, so have different wrestling news. And some of the wrestling news you may have heard about, some of the wrestling news you may have not heard about. But in order to find out what they all are, because the title has to be fucking short and simple and sweet and all this shit, you might as well just watch the video, the whole damn thing, and yeah. So, anyways, until next time, be extreme, stay extreme, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys very soon. I appreciate everyone who's watched the video. I don't know how many people actually watched the whole thing, but I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your guys' dedication and loyalty to my videos. You guys are awesome, and you guys continuously make me want to strive to be a better YouTuber every single day. With that being said, peace to America, and it's time to drink a candle's bulb.